Peace, Earthlings. My name is Sue. This is my second YouTube video. I did make one last week, but I don't really consider that my first because it was just me ranting and raving about our country's activities, shall we say, and I was in a rage. Probably not the best first YouTube video to put out, but what the heck. So let's look at this as my first one. I'm a trained veterinary technician who's now retired. I started in 1981. I've worked in both private practice, large referral hospitals, spay-neuter clinics, taught at technician schools, taught at Tufts University, shelters. I think I've pretty much done it all. I didn't really want to retire, but I just couldn't find a place that really fit my level of, I don't know, ethics, I guess is the word. So I retired early. So now I devote my time to my animal rescue, which is called Annie's Rescue Ride. I devote time to my own animals. I travel, and I also indulge myself with all things alien, which is why I have my alien sunglasses on. The Aliens Love Animals title of my channel came from just combining my two things that I love the most, aliens and animals. And I was once accused of not being from this planet, which to me was the greatest compliment ever. So that's where that came from. So I think the best way to start out is to show you my rescue. I have a mini cat sanctuary. I also take in dogs. I think that's a great way to start. But first, I want to show you where I live. This is Rio Rico, Arizona. It's stunningly beautiful. This is part of my backyard. Best decision I ever made. It's the best kept secret. I don't want anyone else moving here. So yes, I was a vet tech for a long time. Oh, here's some of my critters. Here, let's see. Jimmy, you want to say hi to the camera? Jimmy's much more photogenic than I am. He doesn't have to wear sunglasses. Jimmy, come here. Jimmy's one of my rescues that ended up staying with me. That's a whole long story that maybe at some point I'll get into. Yes, that is Bigfoot. I'm also a Bigfoot believer. So anyways, this channel is probably never going to get monetized. I'm going against every piece of advice any YouTuber has ever given. I don't have a niche. I don't really talk about anything consistently. It's always all over the place. I do not know how to edit. I don't put fancy music or any music on my videos. I'm not going to be bouncing around in a bikini. Not that anyone would want to see that at my age. I'm just going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. If someone finds it interesting, great. If not, then at least I tried. You get to a certain age where you just have to try everything you want to before it's too late. I know too many people who've lived with too many regrets, and I don't want to be one of them. So here's the first tour, alien section of my sanctuary. So I'll start here. This is a catio that is attached to my home. So once I know the cats get along with everyone, I transfer them from my little tiny homes, that I'll show in a second, to the main home. So this is their outdoor area that they have access to through, through the doggy door and also the window, and inside is a cat room. So you can see it's pretty spacious. There's Jimmy again. And then there's a tunnel to a little extension. So they have fun out here. I think I was facing the camera the wrong way. So here's the outside of it. Little play area. So this is the first tiny home. You see more aliens, of course. So again, they can go outside through it, another attached catio through that window. There is air conditioning. I have a solar generator that I put in here So there's no really attached electricity, but I think the solar generators work great. The houses are actually attached through a tunnel. So if everybody gets along, they have even more room if they want to play. If the cats are being nasty to one another, I can block it off. So then they just have their separate homes. So this is house number 2. I still have to get air conditioning in this one, but there's nobody in here now. All the cats that I've rescued recently are inside the house. I usually take in FIV cats, hospice cats, senior cats. A cat, for whatever reason, is considered quote-unquote unadoptable, and they just basically stay here. I've had 3 that have passed away. They were hospice-type cats, and right now I have 6, but I'm more than willing to add to that. I'm also going to be bringing in a senior dog soon, and who'll probably take one of these homes. Here's more of a view of my backyard. I also have a fence that surrounds the entire property, so I do have a couple of my personal cats who are free to roam. They don't jump over the fence. Also, it's a predator type fence that there's an overhang, so hopefully it prevents them from jumping over. And this is a snake mesh, so snakes can't get in. Nothing is 100%, but I've tried to do everything I could to make this a safe environment for these animals. I do believe cats should get some fresh air. I know some people disagree with me about that, but I do think they should be outside and enjoy the sun. So that's it for my, I guess, first video / maybe not my second video. Every topic's going to be different. I will say it's probably going to be mainly veterinary topics, me venting about something I don't like about the veterinary world, occasionally an alien topic, and I will keep you updated on my most recent rescues, and I'm hoping the next video will be about the one I'm taking in next week, and that one has a story. So again, thanks. I am doing this as a creative outlet. If it's monetized, great. If not, I'm no worse off than when I began. So anyways, thanks. Enjoy the view, and peace.